Ngayon, ang pag-usapan naman natin ngayong oras na to ay tungkol sa infinite limits. So, ang infinite limits ay meron siyang positive infinity at saka meron siyang negative infinity. So, the limit of the function of your x as x approaches a is equal to positive infinity, and the other is as x approaches a is equal to negative infinity. So, isa sa kanan, isa sa kaliwa. We have the theorem number 1. So, if your r is any positive integer there, then the letter A, we have here the x approaches 0 to the positive 1 over x to the r is equal to positive infinity. Ngayon, kapag naman negative, meron tayong consequence na dalawa. 1 over x to the r is equal to negative infinity siya if r is odd, and positive infinity siya if r is even. Example, we have here the limit of 1 over x to the 4 as x approaches 0 to the positive. So this will be a positive infinity kasi it follows the consequence letter A. So yan. Kung positive, ito yung ating batayan, which is 0 to the positive, this is a positive infinity. In this case, we have here the limit of the 1 over x cubed as x approaches 0 to the negative. So, meron tayong dalawang pagpipilian dito. Siya ba ay odd, siya ba ay even. So, ang ating given dito is a odd. So, therefore, this is a negative infinity. Dito naman, sa baba, 1 over x to the 4. Itong 4 natin ay even, kaya siya ay positive. So, ito yung ibig sabihin itong dalawa na to. The next is theorem number 2. If a is any real number and if the limit of the function of your x as x approaches 0 is equal to as x approaches a is equal to 0, and the limit of the function of your g as x approaches a is equal to c, so where c is a constant not equal to 0, then letter A, so if your c is greater than to 0, and if the function of your x approaches 0 through positive value of the function of your x. So therefore, magkakaroon tayo dito ng the limit of the as x approaches a, g of x over f of x is equal to positive infinity. Example natin dito is, we have here 3 over x squared. We have x approaches 0 positive. So, palitan natin to ng 0. So, magkakaroon tayo dito ng 3 over, ang 0 squared ay still 0. So, therefore, this will be 3 over 0. So, ang 3 over 0 natin is equal to positive infinity. Kasi, your c is greater than to 0. Papunta sa kanan. So, ano ba yung mga number na 0 positive? So, meron tayo ditong 1, 2, 3, 4. So, papunta siya sa kanan, in short. That's why this is a positive infinity, positive. Letter B, if c is greater than to 0 and through negative values of the function of your x. So, negative values naman siya. So, therefore, kung meron tayo dito ng 3 over x and palitan natin siya ng 0 to the negative, papunta sa kaliwa. So, ibig sabihin, 3 over negative to. So, therefore, magkakaroon tayo dito ng negative infinity. The next letter C. If your c is less than 0 and through positive value, so kapag daw naman ang c natin ay less than 0 pero positive, so magkakaroon tayo ng g of x over the f of x is equal to negative. Now, kung yung constant natin ay less than 0, so ano ba yung mga less than 0? That's why this is a negative kasi less than 0 siya. Tapos, i-divide mo naman siya kay positive. Para lang ano to, negative divided by positive is a negative. For the letter D, kapag naman sila ay parehas na negative, so ito ay negative, tapos ang ipapalit mo dito is Ang 0 natin, 0 to the negative is still negative. So, negative divided by negative, this will be a positive. The number 3, we have here the f of x is positive infinity, and the g of x is equal to c, where c is any constant. So therefore, magkakaroon tayo dito na the function of your x plus the function of your g is equal to positive. So, yung f of x daw natin is the positive infinity, while yung g natin is any number. So, magkakaroon tayo ng infinity or positive infinity plus any number kasi this is a f of x plus g of x. So therefore, the answer will be positive infinity. Example natin, we have here the infinity plus 3. The answer is infinity, or 3 plus infinity is still positive infinity. For the letter B is, if your f of x is negative and the g of x is still any constant. So, pag nag-add tayo, so we have here the function of your x is negative. So, therefore, this is negative plus the g of x is any constant. So, number, any number. So, negative infinity plus n is equal to negative infinity. So, in example, we have here negative infinity plus 3 is still negative infinity, or 3 minus negative infinity is still negative infinity. Next is number 4. We have here the if your f of x is positive and the g of x is c. So, if c is greater than to 0, this is multiplication naman. The f of x plus g of x is equal to positive infinity. So, this is the f of x natin is a positive. Ito siya. Ayan, connected. The g of x, ito, c, and n. So, positive infinity times n is positive infinity. Example, positive infinity times 2 is positive infinity. 2 times positive infinity is equal to positive infinity. Para lang siyang integers. Kung mag-multiply ka ng positive, kung mag-multiply ka ng negative, to the positive is still negative. Example, we have here, if your c is less than, ito yun. So, positive times negative is negative. So, infinity times negative is still negative. Negative times infinity is still negative. Number 5 is, if your c is greater than to 0 and your g of x is equal to negative infinity. So, yung infinity naman natin ang, what do you call this? Negative. So, magkakaroon tayo ng negative times n is equal to negative. So, negative, positive, negative. So, positive, negative is negative. Next is kung parehas naman silang negative. So, negative, negative, positive. So, negative, negative, positive, negative is still positive. Example, we have here the limit of the function of x over 2 over x squared minus 4 as x approaches 2 positive. So, 2 positive siya. So, ang gawin natin dito is we have to factor this kasi factorable naman to. So, therefore, magkakaroon tayo dito ng x, then x plus 2 and x minus 2. So, ang ginamit natin dito is DOTS, or difference of 2 squared. Then, after that, cancel natin yung common. So, kinancel natin to at saka ito. Matitiran tayo ng, since nawalan tayo ng given dito, matitiran tayo ng 1 as invisible. So, 1 over x minus 2. Then, after that is palitan natin to. No, approach is 2 positive. So, 1, this is 2 minus 2. So, magkakaroon ka dito ng 1 over 0. So, 1 over 0 is positive infinity. Another example is the limit of 1 over x minus 1 over x plus 4 as x approaches 0, positive. So, in this case, simplify muna natin to. Itong given na to. Using pwedeng gumamit ng cross multiplication or difference of not same denominator. So, karoon tayo dito na, ito, kunin natin yung denominator. Pag dinivide natin dito, matatanggal to. So, matitiran ka lang ng x plus 4 minus. Ito, divide natin dito, matatanggal to. Multiply natin kay 1 yung sagot. That's why this is negative x or minus x. Then, after that is cancel yung common terms. Yan. Isang positive, isang negative, kaya cancel. Kasi x minus x is 0. So, matitira lang tayo dito ng 4 over x, then x plus 4. Then, palitan natin tong x ng approaches, 0 positive. So, magkakaroon ng 4, then 0 times 0 plus 4. So, this is 0 plus 4 is 4. Magiging 0 pa din siya kasi multiply natin siya kay 0. Kaya magkakaroon tayo dito ng 4 over 0. Ang 4 over 0 is still a positive infinity. Next is we have here the limit of the square root of 3 plus x squared over x. So, wala tayong possible na simplification na magaganap dito. So, kaya ang gawin natin dito is substitute lang natin. So, pag sinubstitute natin siya, magkakaroon tayo dito ng 3 at palitan natin ang approaches 0, x approaches 0 to the negative. So, 0 times 0 is still 0. So, magkakaroon tayo dito na, ito, palitan natin siya ng 0, 0 to the negative. Then, this will be 3 square root of 3 over 0 to the negative. Divide mo siyang dalawa. That's why this is a negative infinity kasi positive divided by negative. So, therefore, this is a negative infinity. So, I hope na may natutunan kayo sa ating infinite limits. Yan lang po.